Ellam's Underground.
Garden. This is Lil Sonata, and here we got two special guests. Can y'all introduce yourselves?
Yes,
Oh, I'm Hakeem.
I'm Pamela. I'm Pamela Pantea. Okay.
Okay.
Hakeem, singer, songwriter, producer, co-founder of Velvet Claw Hollywood, a new independent label that is based here in LA as well. So we're just getting started. Pamela and myself also are jazz collaborators, so we're also jazz genre outside of our own genres too. At the same time, go ahead and make an impact there too as well.
So, what are y'all genres? Y'all said separately.
Initially, my initial genre is alternative rock, but now it's moved on to blues rock, J rock. Her genre is adult alternative pop world. Like she can do it all.
I do
R&B.
Bossa Nova jazz, blues, country, soft rock,
Nice.
and gospel.
Okay. So, how did y'all meet?
That was funny. We met at an open mic. Was it the Rebel? No, it was the Maverick. It was the
Yes, it
Maverick
was
in
the Maverick.
Carrollton. It was the Maverick in Carrollton. They used to have an open mic there, and we met there. But I think we met somewhere before too. No, I think that was the first time. Yeah, we met at the Maverick. Yes, I think almost over a year ago.
Yeah, it's a little bit over a year ago. Just a little bit over a year ago.
Mhm. Exactly.
Okay, cool. So, how did y'all start making music or doing music?
You want
Um,
to tell them? You want me to?
uh, well, I guess I just quickly tell my side of the story. How I started making music. I was about well, actually, I've been making music since I was like 9 years old. Like I've been writing songs, you name it. I started off with the contrabasso, the double bass, and classical music. After that, I started off as a science major. There was a lot of distractions in life, so I ended up going to acting school. So that's what my degree is actually in film and theater acting. But while I was there, we started, theater to go with it. And I was like, you know what, let's make an album to go with it. And here we are later. So I did my first album when I was 17 years old. It's still in the netherwebs of cyberspace. Do not look for it. I'm not who I am. I'm not the artist that I am today as I was back then. But every now and then I'll go back and visit it. But it was fun. So that's how I got it started doing that. And, just continuing to grow the process, meet other producers, learn the way that they write and compose as well. That's why I learned to do this simply just by watching and being immersed inside of the environment and knowing like what it is that we want.
Okay, cool. Cooking. How about you, Pamela?
Well, how we started collaborating together was when we met at the open mic. We were talking about different types of genres and music, and he found out I could sing in Spanish. So he told me about a song that he would like to collaborate with, or he was thinking about it, and it was a song we by the Italian guy Eros, and then Tina Turner did a song called Cosa de la Vida, and of course he sang the Spanish and Tina Turner did the English. So he brought that up to me, and I said, you know what, that would be cool. So I'd already done I did two gospel songs in Spanish, but that was it. I'd never done anything else. So then he sent me the YouTube video, and then I had some other stuff I was doing. So I think about 6 months later, I contacted him back and said, hey, I'm ready. So we never were in the studio together or anything. I practiced that song because I was going to sing the Spanish part of it, and Hakeem was going to do Tina Turner's part. We practiced separately. We never were in a studio at all for about probably, I don't know, maybe 4 months, maybe. And I would practice at home, singing Arrow's part and making it my own. And finally, I messaged him on Instagram and said, hey, I'm ready. I'm ready to do this. So we went to the studio, and we actually went to the studio and we recorded it. we made an appointment to record because, and we'd never practiced together at all, and we aced it. It was incredible. It was almost like we were sang together for years, and we never sang together before ever. So that was a good one. That was probably, it was the only collaboration I did really that was spot on.
Nice.
So and after that, that was history. So we did that. It came out in 24. I think Costa de la Vida came out last year. Yes. Was it?
Came out last summer.
Huh? Okay, last summer. That's right. So we met the year before. We met that winter or something. I need to find out the exact dates because it happened so fast. So that was our first collaboration. And it was, if you listen to our Costa de la Vida and you listen to the original one from the 90s, we totally changed the whole thing. It doesn't sound anything like the original at all. And that's what I wanted. We weren't copying Tina Turner or Eros. We give them props on what they did, but we elevated that song. And it's incredible.
Nice.
So that's how we first collaborated. Yes.
Okay, y'all taking stuff and putting your own spin on it. Very nice.
Yes.
And originals, lots and lots of originals to come. Just revisited a lot of standards because it's like the thing to do to establish credibility inside of that genre. Like April in Paris and Autumn in New York too. She's great on both of those as well.
Nice. Keeping it jazzy. Okay.
Yes.
So, what are y'all's inspirations?
Inspirations.
That's a good question.
I would have to say life first is the greatest inspiration. A lot of these stories, the straightforward ones, the great ones, the wacky ones, the zany ones, the intelligent ones, the wild ones, it just comes from living life, watching the animals, hearing the wind, people watching. I love people watching. I will go places. I'll travel a lot of other places. That way I can just, look at people and just see that, like, how they carry on. Even like, it's just like a phrase. Like, for example, she has a song upcoming called it's like we were talking intensely, developing this song. And she's like, "How come the words always come when the conversation?" That's a hook. So just like that. So through every conversation that you have, um, things that occur as time goes on, it inspires you to go ahead and create songs from that. And then beyond that, it would be like, for example, I wrote a song for her called Life Only Gets Better, right? Because like I was working with another artist who was writing in Japanese, right? And I'm working on my first Japanese record too at the same time. And she's like, I'd like to sing in Japanese too. And she can sing in all these other languages. So how's it any more difficult, right? As we started writing this song, I was like, that's an anime. So now that movie is like 95% done. You'll be hearing about it soon. So yes. So that's like the opus of the anime. Life only gets better. So yes.
What what we're doing, what we can tell what our brand is all about is so much music over the years. After, let me see, pretty much after the 40s and the 50s, and then you had your 60s and 70s, great music came out of that, even up to the 90s. But the old way of singing, the clear voices, the pronunciations of the words, the songs actually meant something. That was getting lost. And we're bringing that back. We're bringing the old, like when I was growing up, I listened to so many different types of music. I listened to big band. I listened to uh, bossa nova. When I was little, I listened to almost every type of genre you can imagine, and I would take naps to that music. My mom didn't have to chase me around the room to go down. When it was time to go to sleep, I went to bed in the middle of the afternoon, but I would have the radio playing. I've listened to Frank Sinatra, so I listened to Ella Fitzgerald, all the great jazz singers. Alstra Gilberto, I listened to her in when she did Portuguese and English and French. And all that stuff got in me, and I wasn't even a singer when I was younger. I'm a walking miracle because the Lord gave me a voice in a 10-year period. You cannot practice and sing the way I sing. It's not possible. The Lord gave it to me. And
No,
and of
can't be
course
like.
I kept practicing and practicing and practicing. Huh? Do what?
I was like, yeah, it's
Oh, I
something
thought you
that
said
cannot be
so.
learned.
Yeah, I was given this gift. So um when you hear my songs, I've had people tell me they think they can picture me on a stage with a 40-piece orchestra. That's how clear the sound is, and I'm very grateful that I have it because you don't hear it anymore. I had customers come up to me last week and said, "Oh my God, I hadn't heard a voice like that since I was a little girl," and they're like in their 70s. So that's a huge compliment for me, and it keeps me going because I know we have a sound that hasn't been done in a long time in all of our music, not just the jazz. And everything we do is done perfectly, and we don't use auto tune. Not 1 ounce of auto tune, not at all. And people are shocked, and I'm thankful.
Nice.
We're
Y'all cooking.
Well, thank you, thank you. Part of the reason
cooking
why
with
we don't use
care.
is because like you're dealing like with a real vocalist, like a real singer. Like it's not like as if I downloaded a beat off the internet or something and I'm trying to like make you fit inside of this box. All right. And when you do that, you're gonna get a very constrained sound. And trust me, I've heard it a lot of times in my life. I've done it before when I was a lot younger too. When you have like a box, like you get ahead of yourself and you compose first, right? And then you're like, okay, try to fit into this box, okay? No, it's okay if you have like a template and you paint over this template, but when you start actually like playing your instruments like to this and making it bend around that voice, it's going to really lift up your production ways that do not sound restricted. So I found like even like with myself using Antares Autotune, like when I was like 27 years old, 37 years old, early 30s actually. All right, like I'm older than that, right? But yeah, it takes away the emotion. It does. Like if you're sitting there trying to belt, right? And if you're like 2 cents sharp or something, I'm like, so none of that. No, no, we don't use Antares Auto Tune here. No. Hmm?
Nice. That no auto tune life. Yeah, that's how you hit that. Okay.
I mean, like it's not a bad thing if it's used like not like as a band-aid. So no, we don't have that here at all. So and also it helps us save time too. That way, and then like the subscriptions and all that stuff to go with it. So I'm just like, like that money can be used more constructively rather than, using autotune. So not to bash those that use it or
Well,
stylistically, it works for them,
yeah,
but then it's not going to work for us.
for the sound that we're doing, when you're doing jazz standards, when you're doing songs like April in Paris, Autumn in New York, you cannot use that. It's not the greats didn't use it. They didn't need it. And like I said, not putting anybody down that does that, but I said when I was going to start doing stuff like that, I wanted it to be raw. I wanted to be like I was singing at a place a while back, a long time ago, and the woman walks in, and it was a like a little dinner theater, and she comes and she was picking up something to go. She was bebopping around. She thought it was the radio. It was me on stage. She didn't know somebody was on stage singing, and she turned around and was like, "Oh my God, I thought you were the radio." So then I knew I
Sounds
said
like a
I've got to
recording.
start doing more. I didn't start doing more jazz because it's like I would listen to Ella Fitzgerald and Lena Horne and all those, Nina Simone, all these amazing singers. I was like, you know what? They had that raw emotional talent, and every song they sang sounded different. You knew who the voice was, but their music didn't sound all the same. Every song had a different nuance. So that's what I said. That's what I want us to have. I don't want us sound like Boston. Those damn horns. Every song sounded the same. They were a great band, but I didn't want to be that way. I didn't want to be like that. So anyway,
Mhm.
that's my 2 cents.
Interesting. So the interview is taking place today. When you look back on it later in time, what will you be proud of?
For myself, what I would
So
be
what would be
mostly proud of would be give us both like a pat on the back for coming this far and sticking with it. So and no one can predict the future, not like that. But when you do the work, you get what you put into it. So this here also, I believe, is a part of our anthology. It'll be nice to revisit it at that time, and we'll still be working on something else and being somewhere else and creating something else. So more music.
I
Okay.
was thinking really about I was watching I like to watch documentaries of people who uh how they grew up, how they the ones who have made it, what they went through, how they persevered, that they didn't give up. And they had the talents, but they never stopped. I always like to watch Tyler Perry because of what he went through as a child. The adversities were just unreal. Like most children would have been in an insane asylum by what he went through. And he went through poverty. Nobody thought he was going to make it. He even said, I saw him on an interview, he said he told God, he's like, I'm going to stop this. And he said, God said, you'll stop when I tell you to stop. And he kept on. And I like to watch people like that because when you know you're going to make it, there's something in you that you can't stop. I know we have something that's unique. You don't have two people very often that get together, and by talking on the phone, you can create a song. We probably have a new song a week. We have a huge library of stuff that's been recorded already, and we only knew each other for about a year. What I think I want to see later on is for our music to still be played, and also too for younger people to want to do it. Like I wanted to be at a place where I could have the type of music that Ella Fitzgerald had, or Lena Horne had, Shaka Khan, because I have a voice that's um, it cannot be duplicated. No one can sit, and I don't sound like Whitney Houston or Shaka Khan, but I have a voice that's will be very hard to sound like. So when you hear me sing, it's like, oh, that's Pamela. So I have one of
Yes.
those voices. It's going to be cool to see a young girl or young girls who will come up and go, wow, how does she do that? And they take my sound and make their own, like I did with the greats. That's what I would like to see later
That was
on, because that's what you want to do. You want to take the younger generation and say, you know what, take it steps further. I saw the guy from Culture Club, Boy George. He had that song Karma Chameleon. It was a big hit with the Culture Club. Karma Chameleon. Okay. They tried to redo that song for years, he said. They couldn't figure out what to do with it. He had that little show he was on. I forget the show where they judge the kids and they turn around or whatever. This young woman turned that Karma Chameleon song into a raw blues rendition, and he started crying. He said, oh my God, what you've done to my song. We couldn't figure it out. And this young girl did it. It was incredible. That's what I want.
Okay, okay. Very nice answers. So do y'all feel like anything is holding y'all back right now?
No, I don't at all. The only thing there is just prioritizing and prioritizing project by project because the projects are all lined up. Okay, so this is more so as they come complete, then you will see them. They will be shopped accordingly. Whatever else is next comes after that. Oh, do I feel like something is holding us back? No, it's just like this is a new project. All right,
Yeah,
because it's
I think it's only a matter of time, like you're saying. It's
yeah,
only a matter of time. We just started working together, and um, what we're building now is an unshakable foundation of works. Not many musicians before they hit it have the I think the only ones that probably did was Prince and the Jackson Five, because most ones I've seen when they got signed on, they were forced to make music like that. We already have the music. We have the different. We have our own originals. We have some covers we've done, but we have right now in our repertoire probably over 80 songs. So some have been recorded, some need to be recorded and produced. So we already have we have the package being put together now. So when the time comes, this is what we have. Now no one will be able to own us. We're an independent label, and we're not teenagers. So you're not gonna BS us. You're not gonna take what
yeah.
we have and destroy it. You're not gonna change it. And we know what we want. We already have the stuff to bring to the table. Now all we need is your distribution. That's it. So a lot of musicians don't have the film. They don't have the animes. They don't have any of this. All they have is a couple of songs. It's not putting people down. They start where they're at, but they're discovered they don't have enough. You've got to have your own library. What do you have to bring to the table? Well, we have this, 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 this. We can deal with any genre. We can deal with any age group from 6 years old to 80. That's what we've done. So nobody will be left out.
We can push that up to 95. Um, but
Yeah, pretty
yes,
much.
yeah, but zero to as long as people exist, pretty much. Okay, that's generally the demographic which we are pursuing. But when we're like, okay, are you guys making like family friendly material? We're not making material that's like outrightly vulgar or lewd or anything like that. No, but there are lessons
It's already been done.
in experience that can appeal to everyone at whatever level that they're at. Like if I speak to you in a certain language, like I can literally be talking to you about like someone going through like internal changes, right? And to an 8-year-old, they're like, "Oh, this is when I grow up." Yeah, you see. So
Exactly.
when I'm writing, initially, I leave the songs open enough that way everyone can use it for their own benefit. It's not like, oh, this is just belongs to the crowd only. Only this one belongs to this crowd. So no, it's not like that. So it's open enough. So at the end of the day, despite the fact of what our niche genres are, they're probably just gonna call it pop. But because it's very far reaching, centralized, but it's very very far reaching. So yes.
Okay, so that's like the
I want to
message.
I want to add this. I want to add this real quick because this is something we talked about. One
Okay.
thing we're doing too, because women, um, they buy concert tickets too. Women, but the thing is, what some people are doing, I want couples to want to come to my concerts together. Okay, where the women don't feel like their husband is just gaping at some woman on stage naked. I'm not putting people down who like to twerk on stage and all that, but see, you don't have the audience you can have if it's not done correctly. I want couples to be able to come together and the husband and wife be able to be comfortable sitting in the audience together while we're on stage and someone not feel like, oh my God, she's naked on stage. Or I want them to be able to bring their kids. You know what I mean? That's what we're doing. We're bringing it back what needs to come back because everybody's done it all. Everybody's been naked. Everybody's twerking. That's fine. I'm not putting down twerkers, but I want to go beyond that. Let's bring back the class. Let someone start bringing it back because you know what? That's what people want. That's how you make your money. And when the whole family can come, when a husband and wife can sit down and watch their concert, and she's not looking over him want to beat his butt. But he's not even doing anything. What are you gonna do? You're sitting there with your stuff hanging out. What are you gonna do? I don't want that in my concerts at all. So that's gonna be different too. People don't understand. People are over. They're over that. They're very over it. So anyway.
Oh yeah. So, how do y'all feel about AI music?
How do we feel about
Hey,
AI music? I think
oh,
that's I think that's decident on the way that it's being used. I think that's decident on the way that's being used and who it affects. Now, for example, if I need a bass line and a drum, right? And I've already written my song and something is coming to me through that, why not use it? Okay? It's different when it becomes abused where you have no musical sense at all, but you can do this. You sing your lowest note, you sing your middle, you sing your high, click generate, you say that's me, and you put your picture on it and you hit publish. That's my take on ethical usage of technology. 'Cause I'm also a technologist.
All right, nice. What do you think, Pamela?
yeah. I mean, AI can be used for good, and bad. I'm thinking if you're an artist, there are ways you can use it um, respectfully. But for me, I just can't put my name on something I'm not proud of. That I didn't put the work in. You know what I mean? If it's easy, if you just go ahead and, like he said, do a low voice, high voice, medium voice, push play, boom, that's it. I couldn't put my name on that. People who want to do that, that's fine. But I think as a true artist, you should put the work in and let AI help you with maybe a title, a sentence or two. Let's say you're trying to find your hook and you can't find it, and that's fine. But to generate a whole song and a whole album with a computer, that's cheating. I don't believe that's right at all. And you can, and people can tell. The public can tell when you're doing that. They can hear that and tell you didn't do that. People are not
Mm,
dumb. Because
mm,
there are a lot of people in the tech industry, so they know the difference. And there are a lot of people who have listened to music all their lives, and they know a real album. They know the blood and tears and the sweat that went through to it. They can tell. But I think you can use it for good, for a hook, or if you have a melody, you can't seem to get that a melody. You hear it in your head, but you can't seem to get it down, and your musicians are too cracked out to pay attention. Yeah, use that and get it over with. But to do a whole song or a whole album, forget it. I don't think that's right.
no, eth-
So
All right, cool, cool, cool. So we're coming to the end of the interview. Did y'all want to shout yourselves out and give somebody else a shout out?
hmm. Let's go ahead and shout out Jaina at the Love Mic. Let's go ahead and shout out Jaina at the Love
exactly.
Mic here in Dallas, doing great things
Yes,
for the local Dallas industry. Let's also go ahead and shout out Georgia Peach, who's on the board for the Dallas Entertainment Awards. Let's go ahead and shout her out too. She's been a great resource and a great support to our team.
very much so. Actually, I just went through the Love Mic for the first time, and I was really amazed how she actually cares about the music community. I've never met anybody like that at all who wanted to help the musicians. I've never seen that. So I was very impressed. She's a great lady. Very, very, very,
I guess
very
we can shout.
amazing what she's doing.
Yeah, we can shout out tomorrow. Let's shout out Murray D. Yates in Vancouver, British Columbia. That was one of the first producers when I was a kid to take a chance on me and earn me my first numbers. So Murray D. Yates, who his band is called 40 Foot Echo. You can check him out. And also Chris Frenchie Smith. Yeah, that's another producer in Austin who took a chance on me too as well. We got numbers on that one too, so he's very good at what it is that he does as well. So I learned to trade from watching them work too as well. So shout out to those two as well.
And we'll do a shout out to you for having us on.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all for coming on. For reals.
Mm-hmm.
Elms Underground.